What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Z, and I'm back with another video. So I know football season is here. Basically, we're in preseason, but for those that want to make Super Bowl predictions, you want to make your own NFL predictions the right way, and not have to depend on some other idiot that goes on YouTube and make a prediction for you, not knowing what he's doing, and don't watch football at all. Get you one of these. Get you some reading material, and get you one of these magazines. Shouts out to Aslan Sports. You know what I'm saying? Get you one of these pro football magazines. This one's for $11.99. You can find these at your local Target, Walmart. You know what I'm saying? Even 7-Eleven has them. You know what I'm saying? Find them at whichever store, convenience store you go to get your reading material. Get you one of these. Okay, these has the breakdown on each one of the 32 NFL teams. Basically, all the rosters are updated. Basically, they even have the practice rosters right now and the preseason rosters of who's going to make the team. They also have the following draft picks. Okay, be sure you get you one of these, and don't rely on just anybody to tell you who to put your money on. Make predictions for yourself. And shouts out to Future Sports. You know, he's somebody who's subscribed to me. He's followed me. We've had conversations in the past, even last year. He admit that he was one of Hubbard and RFG's followers, but even he doesn't necessarily agree with on everything they say. Even he knows they're a bunch of idiots sometimes, okay? And they're a little too cocky when they're wrong, and they can't admit when they're wrong. Okay, shouts out to him. You know, he basically sees the light. And shouts out to everybody else who's I've been basically getting through to, who now sees what I've been trying to tell you for the past, like last year, okay? Stop listening to everybody, all right? Don't just listen to, don't just take my word for it, you know what I'm saying? Do research for yourself, okay? You know what I'm saying? You just can't listen to a bunch of people that don't watch sports, aren't athletic at all, gonna tell you how to spend your money on a team. Two teams that even go. Matter of fact, whoever went for the Colts and Vikings last year, whoever went for the Giants, you know, and then tried to change your pick to the Cowboys and Packers, you were all wrong. I mean, I had Green Bay in there because of the Aaron Rodgers had a healthier team. You want to win. You know, the Falcons had an easy route. They took advantage of the teams they played who were injured. They went. Okay? But even then, I had the Patriots in there anyway because I knew Roger Goodell suspending Brady was only going to piss him off and only going to have Belichick focus on winning a Super Bowl just to anger the Goodell. I knew this was going to happen. Okay, but I was right. I told all of them. I said the Patriots are going to go to the Super Bowl and they're going to win. Of course, none of y'all believe me. You didn't get your facts straight. You instead took Hubbard and RFGs and war for it. You didn't listen to me. You looked at Warrior Truth. You didn't listen to me. You began listening to Bobby Brizard and you began listening to Cutcast Productions, and you see what I got you. All of them were dead wrong. And they couldn't even take they couldn't be humble about it. They couldn't take their losses like a man. They had to keep changing their prediction. Cutcast Productions tried to switch his prediction to the Steelers and the Falcons. Still, none of that came true. And when you use gematria, which is basically witchcraft, it's basically fortune telling because they're trying to predict, they're trying to use numbers, try to predict all these outcomes, trying to use different outside events, and they're saying trying to say somebody got sacrificed, which is complete bullshit. And excuse my language, but that's just the truth, man. That's just out of line. They try to do all this and try to determine an outcome and trying to predict, you know what I'm saying, who's going to win the game. And basically, that's basically rigging the game themselves. The only script that was around last year was the script they created. Them 5 individuals who was all in it together. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't no script the whole time. If it was a script, Atlanta would have never made it that far at all. Okay, so stop believing everything you hear and do research for your own self. Make your own predictions. Put money on who you want to put money on. And like I said, if you're going to gamble, don't make a prediction now. Don't bet on one team going to the Super Bowl before the season even started. Most y'all put money on the Colts and Vikings. The season ain't even started yet. Preseason ain't even started yet. And you see what happened. And I'm going to repeat myself like I did last year. Nobody fakes an injury. Okay? Get that through your skulls now. If you think somebody's faking injury, it means you've been watching too much television. You're looking at too much YouTube. You need to focus your mind on something else because where has your life went wrong? Okay? Injuries happen even in practice. People practice how they play. Like what happened to Ryan Tannehill. That was a real injury he just picked up. Let's go take him out for the rest of the season. Same thing with Bridgewater. These defensive linemen is going hard on these quarterbacks to get them ready for the regular season. Things happen. Okay? But the reason why my AFC prediction was true because I knew the Patriots just had the best team. I looked at the roster and compared to everything else what's in this magazine now. Y'all need to get this magazine, get you some reading material, and even go on the internet right now. Go online. Look at the injuries right now. Look at the rosters. Look at who these guys drafted and who they got on their rosters. Should tell you what's going on. As a matter of fact, I'm finna read to y'all. Since a lot of y'all say New England's cheating, I'm about to read to you just how good New England is. Okay, I'm just gonna read to you a page out this magazine, and I'm finna show you. I'm gonna show you who they just picked up. Okay, who they lost, and they just picked up. Okay. Now they just recently lost just this season. Dwayne, they lost Martellus Bennett, the Green Bay, Chris Long, the Philadelphia. That's Howie Long's son. They just lost Barcarius Mingo, the Indianapolis. Logan Ryan, who was a DB, you know what I'm saying, who was actually a DB, went to Tennessee. And they just lost Jabal Shear, okay? All quality players that just went to other teams. Now, this is who they gained. Dwayne Allen, who was a tight end, who was a main target for Andrew Luck last year, okay? He's now at New England Patriot. Brandon Cooks, Drew Brees' third down receiver, okay? Roughly the best receiver they had last year, okay? Connie Ely from Carolina. One of the defensive ends from the Panthers that was in our Super Bowl. Mike Glissy, from Buffalo. Stephen Gilmore from Buffalo, okay? A Pro Bowl cornerback. And then Lawrence Guy, defensive lineman from Baltimore. So even though they just lost guys, they just gained more, okay? This is why the Patriots are locked for even this year's Super Bowl, okay? If they don't go to the Super Bowl, they're locked for the playoffs, all right? Y'all need to understand this. New England, excuse me, I got sinuses. I ain't been feeling well, been battling this weather, going to work, so excuse me. But anyways, y'all need to understand this. New England is a dynasty team, okay? Bill Belichick is a general manager / coach, so he knows how to keep that team contending. This is why they were so good last year. It's a stacked up team. They get guys that fit their offense and defense. Like Stephen Gilmore, he's a cornerback, okay? He's a lockdown corner. All right, he goes well along with Devin McCourty, okay? Their secondary is still strong, okay? Even then, the reason why they signed Brady to a 2-year contract because that team only goes as far as Brady carries them. All right, well, Brady, they don't go to the playoffs. And this has been proven already when Matt Cassell took over the team in 2008. They didn't make the playoffs, but they still won 11 games, which normally 11-5 does get you to the playoffs, but because the Miami Dolphins swept them that year, they didn't make it in. The Dolphins also had a decent record, which that was the only other time they was in the playoffs besides last year. All right? So again, y'all, like I said, the reason why my AFC prediction was to come true because I had that magazine and I looked on the internet. I looked at what happened in the offseason. You know what I'm saying? I paid attention to the rosters, okay? I knew my Cowboys was going to make it to the Super Bowl because it was Dak Prescott's rookie year, okay? And then him having that distraction of Tony Romo lingered over him, all right? And you see what happened. They couldn't beat the Green Bay Packers for the second time. But now Dak Prescott has that under his belt. He has some experience on his belt. He had a good rookie year. He should do better now. He should go even further. I got them possibly getting out the second round, but I'm not going to make my playoff prediction until after preseason is over because I need to see how each one of these teams' benches is going to look. I need to see how the Cowboys' backups are going to be able to play. Since we lost like 5 starters, we lost a lot of our secondary. And it's going to be rough for us. We got a tough schedule, but we can get through. Okay? And then like I said, New England's a lot. Okay, like I said, they got a strong roster. But as for Atlanta, this is the problem last year. Them something like for example, right? Cutcrash Productions. He didn't know that Atlanta. He thought the Atlanta Falcons were in the Super Bowl for the first time last year, which was a complete lie. You know what I'm saying? Y'all listen to people who make these predictions. They know what they're doing. Atlanta was in the Super Bowl back in Super Bowl 33. Okay, y'all need to go back and look at 1999. Okay, look at the Denver Broncos, the team with John Elway, Shannon Sharp. Okay, Christian McCaffrey's father, Ed McCaffrey. All right. Who was the father of the first-round draft pick, Christian, who just got drafted to the Carolina Panthers. His daddy played for the Denver Broncos as the #1 receiver, along with Rod Smith, okay? You look at that team there. They also had Steven Atwater at cornerback. Had all these quality players. That team basically defeated the Atlanta Falcons back when they had Jamar Anderson, and he created the Dirty Bird, okay? For those that remember that team. You know what I'm saying? The Dirty Bird Falcons. They had Chris Chandler at quarterback. I think they had Eric Metcalf at receiver. They had Left Eye's ex-husband, Ray Buchanan, at DB. The one who got into a fight with Deion Sanders that one game when he played for the Niners. Okay, they had that squad. As good as a special team that team had, yeah, they defeated the Vikings only because the Vikings messed themselves up. But still, they wasn't going to beat the Denver Broncos. That team had won 2 Super Bowls. They had just previously defeated Brett Favre and the Packers the season before that. Okay, so y'all need to go back and look at Super Bowl 33. Look at that Denver Bronco team. That was the Atlanta Falcons' first ever Super Bowl appearance. So all that stuff about Arthur Blank trying to say the league is rigged and all this other stuff is bullcrap because he had many opportunities before this. Y'all remember when Michael Vick took over the team in 2002 through 2003 and 7, okay? That Falcon team was in the playoffs all that other time. Just couldn't make it to the NFC Championship. They actually battled the Philadelphia Eagles in 2004. Just didn't have enough defense for the Donovan McNabb, okay? And then even after Michael Vick, when Michael Vick went to jail for that dogfight, Matt Ryan took over in 2008. All them times Matt Ryan had in the playoffs when he had a chance to try to get past the second round, he couldn't do it, all right? Then, you know what I'm saying, remember, 2013 against the 49ers, he basically flopped that whole second half. He had about 21-0. He started going cold. The Niners figured out how to beat him, and then he was done. The same way the Patriots beat him in the Super Bowls, the same way the 49ers beat him when they had Colin Kaepernick, okay? Y'all go back and look at that 49er game in 2013 when Jim Harbaugh coached them to a 6 NFC championship, all right? And go look at Matt Ryan then and look at Matt Ryan in the Super Bowl last season, okay? Nothing's changed. And honestly, man, Matt Ryan might go through the same thing Cam Newton was going through last year, okay? He goes through the aftermath blues where he lost the Super Bowl and he can't recover. Like I said, Kyle Shanahan, that was mostly his offense. He helped Daniel Quinn a lot. He's with San Francisco right now. We got to see how Daniel Quinn does his 3rd year coaching. Now he doesn't have Kyle Shanahan. I doubt Atlanta is going back to the Super Bowl. I see Tampa Bay possibly getting on the NFC South, but we'll see. But yeah, Atlanta might not get. You're not gonna get too many opportunities like that again. Matt Ryan might not never get another chance like that. It took him all this time. This man been playing for over 8 seasons. Okay, he's a veteran now. And again, New England won that Super Bowl because they had the more experienced team. Okay. All those players like Brady have already won a Super Bowl 2 years before that, okay? Atlanta had a very young team. Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, most of those guys have never been to a Super Bowl before, okay? That was their first time. The only one who had Super Bowl experience was the Dwight Freeney. He's been in 3 already. And even then, man, he was the only one really balling like that, really trying to do something. But sad to say, everybody wasn't on his level. Atlanta gave up too much what they had in the first half. They had nothing in the second half. New England just figured out how to stop him. Dan Quinn runs the same defense he ran when he was in Seattle as a defensive coordinator. Nothing's changed. Atlanta has the same type of team Seattle runs. The same type of defense. Okay, except they don't have the Legion Boom. They got other DBs, other secondary, okay? So y'all need to stop making excuses. The ones who try to blame Donald Trump, try to put politics in it, just making excuses why they lost their money, okay? So all last year proved that a bunch of people got no business gambling, period, all right? Like I told y'all, do not listen to somebody else telling you how to put your money and where to put your money in. Put your money on who you want to put money on and trust in your art, okay? Like I said, get you a magazine like this magazine here. Get you some reading material like this. Go on the internet, you know what I'm saying? Do your own research, okay? And then you'll be better off. Because that's what I do. That's why a lot of my predictions was close. Green Bay could actually beat Atlanta had all the starters been healthy. They didn't have to rely on the second stream. And then Eddie Lacy didn't lose that weight. Okay? And I'm not making excuses for nobody. That's just what it is. Same thing with the Raiders. That's why Derek Carr is spoken of highly. Because the Raiders actually got a team to actually make it to the Super Bowl, possibly. You know, Beast Mode is the best running back they've ever had in a very long time. He can actually have a 1,000-yard season. But again, like I said, I'm not going to make my playoff predictions till the start of week 1. I'm not going to make Super Bowl predictions until when the playoffs come. All right? The week of the start of the playoffs is when I'll make my Super Bowl prediction. All right? But until then, no. I'm just going to wait it out like you should have done last year, okay? Because like I told y'all, Andrew Luck just not the quarterback you think he is. And even then, speaking of Andrew Luck, okay, the Colts are once again going to tank this year. They're going to have another bad season. I mean, I'm glad that they signed my cousin Jonathan Hankins. They gave him a contract from free agency. I'm shocked the Giants released him, but I mean, he found a home with Indianapolis, so that's what I'm happy about. But this team ain't ready yet. Andrew Luck just had surgery on his shoulder, okay? He may be out for God knows how long, okay? There's no timetable for his return. So what the Colts might do to be smart, they might keep Andrew Luck out for an entire season until he's healthy for 2018, okay? So don't be surprised if he don't return until next year.
So they're going to tank again. They got the rebuild anyway. And Chuck Pagano, I'm sad to say, he's on the hot seat anyway. He's going to have to take some time to rebuild this team completely, okay? And I knew the Vikings wasn't going to go because Sam Bradford is just not the quarterback y'all think he is. See, RG, man, I'm sad to say RG don't know what he's talking about. He don't watch football, okay? I'm going to repeat this right now. RG don't watch none of these games at all. He don't watch football. He don't know football at all. He don't know his history. Andrew Luck been playing football, been in NFL contract for over 9 seasons, and still has done nothing, okay? Before he went to the Vikings last year, he was on the Philadelphia Eagles. But they couldn't even beat an 8-7 Redskins team that couldn't beat nobody good to even get there. The Redskins beat up on most of the teams that was under 500 to get that spot. When the game was on the line for Sam Bradford to be the quarterback he couldn't get this team to the playoffs. He had DeMarco Murray on your team. No excuses, okay? And Chip Kelly had records where he's 10-5 and won 11 games, okay? Won 12, 13 games. So it wasn't actually his fault. It's just that team. It was Sam Bradford. He should never had Sam Bradford as quarterback. He should have traded Nick Foles for Marcus Mariota, which would have made sense. With Marcus Mariota, that team, the Eagles would have ran the NFC East. They would have dominated. Even last year, okay? But his ass didn't want to do that, okay? He was so focused on taking DeMarco Murray from the Cowboys that his brain led him to make stupid decisions, all right? So then Sam Bradford gets another opportunity with the Vikings, but like I told y'all, that playbook was built for Teddy Bridgewater, not Sam Bradford. Sam Bradford couldn't beat none of his divisional teams. How else does the Detroit Lions, who the Vikings got a better roster than, goes to the playoffs and sweep them twice? Okay? Explain that now. All right? It don't make sense. It's just he's not the quarterback. Once Bridgewater becomes healthy, which he is, that's going to be his team. Sam Bradford's going to be on the bench as a backup. All right? So, no, the Vikings and Colts, like I said, we need to see how they do. But, like I said, Colts, I doubt, are going to make any impact like they didn't make no impact last year. So, like I said, y'all need to just, like I said, y'all need to stop listening to everything on YouTube. Some of y'all are spending too much time on YouTube listening to a bunch of idiots, okay? That they can't just focus on football. They got to focus on Freemasonry. They got to focus on Illuminati, stuff that doesn't even exist, okay? It's just a bunch of bullcrap. Says, what does Donald Trump have anything to do with the NFL? Okay, so that's all the point I want to make. You know, this is just for but for those that got good sense, you know, so shouts out to you. Those that didn't take that prediction last year, shouts out to you. Apples and oranges, shouts out to Future Sports. Shouts out to Chicago, this Chicago kid, excuse me. He's the one that exposed Word of Truth for being a copycat. I know he was full of crap anyway. And speaking of those fools, the ones I was beefing with, you know what I'm saying, from last year, who I basically exposed in my first 4 videos. Okay, for Bobby Brazar, you don't got to worry about him no more. Bobby Brazar is actually a saved man. He's completely turned his life over to God, so that's actually good for him because at least he be talking about more important things. He won't be focused on any of negativity or distraction. I just talked with Bobby Brazar just recently, I think a couple of months ago. So like I said, the man is saved. You know, he's preaching the gospel now. He's a man of God. You know, he's doing music for Christ, so that's good for him. So, I mean, the man's completely turned his life around, so you won't have to worry about Bobby Brazar doing these NFL predictions more. He's done with it. As for Cutcast Productions, he's gone completely. He completely got embarrassed. I exposed him now. I'm the reason why you won't be seeing him no more. Why? Because I basically exposed him for not knowing a thing about sports, period, okay? He act like he tried to expose evil, but all I told him was everybody that plays these sports don't believe in the devil. They all got backgrounds like I do. Some of them believe in God, okay? Some of these athletes, a lot of these athletes, these people you see on ESPN, basically got their other religions. Some of them are actually atheists where they don't believe in God or the devil, period. And all I reminded Cutcast Productions that he's basically talking about his own black people. I reminded him that he come from slave. He come from an ethnicity ethnicity that wasn't even allowed to play sports back then. Back in the 1950s and beyond, which he brought up in a lot of his research, they didn't have no black people in it. When the Colts and Vikings played each other in the the AFC Championship, back before it was just NFL and AFL, there was no black people even in the league. We weren't allowed to play sports, period. So I remind Cutcast Productions of that he comes from slavery. He comes from a lot of people that had to break their way into the NFL, into the NLB, into the NBA. So how you gonna talk about his own skin color? He's basically doing what the racist white people want him to do. Okay? You can't expose something that a lot of people have worked hard to be there, get there, okay? So that's why you won't see Cutcast Productions no more, because even his prediction was all wrong. He don't know sports, period. He's uneducated, okay? He's unintelligent. So he won't be around no more. You know, so as for RG and Word the Truth, they still at it again. Those guys don't know when to quit. Matter of fact, those two had the nerve to say that LeBron James was going to win a championship for the second time in a row because the NBA got it rigged for him. The NBA is basically going to give him another title, okay? The Golden State Warriors side, Kevin Durant, has shut that shit down. They shut that whole thing down. Matter of fact, Cleveland almost got swept in that series, okay? It wasn't even close. Kevin Durant came to Golden State so he could get him a ring and take the easy route like I told you all my other videos, okay? So they were both dead wrong. I don't know why they had the nerve to take that again. Thought they was going to beat a team with Steph Curry, Draymond Green clicked up to Kevin Durant. They was out of their mind, okay? And still, like I said, Warrior Truth's fake anyway. And RMG, like I said, he's just a cocky. He like I say, the dude is just arrogant. He don't know when to quit. The man said he was going to make no more predictions at all. Still did it again. You know what I'm saying? This is just somebody who wants attention. That's all it is. He's an attention whore. And as for Zachary K. Hubbard, about 8-9 people have exposed him already. He's basically done, man. People have saw through his lies already. There's no sense in even following Hubbard unless you either racist or you're basically a black Uncle Tom. All right? You basically a coon because that's the only type of people following Hubbard. Hubbard is just delusional, okay? This is somebody that get high on whichever drug he's smoking and gonna tell you who to put your money on. Yet the man is just a race, like I say, he's basically an antichrist. Okay? This man hates Christians. He basically wants to terminate. Like I said, the man is just, he's horrible, okay? I understand who even listens to him, man. Like I say, again, like RG's attention whore. He wants to be worshipped. He thinks of himself as a god. He thinks he's always right when you're wrong. And I told y'all, man, that Gematria is nothing y'all should be basically paying attention to. Okay? Gematria ain't got nothing to do with sports, period. They'll say those guys, those individuals, all they doing is just trying to rig the game their damn self. That's why they can't get a pick right. Because Gematria numbers don't determine a skill set. And I'm sad to say this, everybody is not on the same level at all. Everybody that play these sports don't necessarily have the same IQ, period. I said it all I had to say, man. But again, you know what I'm saying? Y'all determine your own predictions. This is Z to the real here, man. If you like my video, hit that like button, subscribe. Stay blessed, take care, and I'll see you soon.